Mm. Sorry for a while. Wait for a while. Isa lang, wait for a while. Uh, Pardon me?
Doctor said wait for a while again. Wait for
Are
a
you
while.
on my mic? Oh yeah, hold on, hold on.
Hmm.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hold on for a while. I have to make a drink.
Can you hear me, Radit? Okay. All right. Yes, Alhamdulillah. How about you? Almost there, Radit. Almost finished. Yeah, quite. I think quite okay. Doctor Umi will discuss further after this. Maybe some correction, little bit here and there. But I think you are good to go lah. Oh, I haven't translate the abstract, but I will do over the weekend, I think. Mm. Oh, okay. So I wait for the modification first. Okay. Oh, I'm not sure. I didn't look into that detail. I think Dr. Umi checking on that. You plan to bring your family over, right? You plan to bring your family over here, right? Uh, then only bring you. Mm-hmm. I see. Oh, mhm. So they just came as like a tourist, huh? Mm. Yes, for undergraduate, from the beginning of the semester, it's already face to face. For postgrad, second half of the semester, after the mid semester break, it will be face to face. Mm. That's the plan. You are finished already. Yeah. Oh, inshallah, I think everything will be fine. For mixed sport, I think maybe because last time when I did my research is different. There is no time limit, so we can go 2 3 hours for Viva. But I think mixed mood maybe maybe you
Sorry, I
want
met
one.
drink. Hello.
Tak
Sorry, I
tahu.
met drink. Actually, I'm in the process of baking cheesecake. So, in the oven. All right. Yeah, because I need to do it for my family gathering, KL. I have to go to KL tomorrow. That's why I have to rush for tonight with you. Okay, if not, then I'm going to be very busy weekend as well. So you might, you don't do anything, and after that you're going to rush. That's why I have to find my time, to do it today. After today, we've got exam actually. Finish about 6 o'clock. Okay, basically that I think, okay, you take note, and then also like Azika, tolong, please help wherever you can, right?
Hmm.
Okay, I want to make it a correction here. I don't know how long it will take, but somehow maybe I going to be like, once in a while I have to check my cake in the oven. So it's about 20 minutes to go. My kid is going to be ready anyway. All right, so let's go here. I'm not sure whether we're going to go. I'm going to go something like this. Okay. I read a little bit. I mean, I read the overall. Okay, I know you do good. You try your best, whatever, right? So I believe actually you have a content, but I think I need to understand. You have to do some kind of your flow. Maybe not that smooth. That's what I see. Your flow matters more, and also like you a certain thing, for example literature review, that one, the big portion I think we have, maybe you already have the data there, but you need to rearrange. That's the way I see lah. But however, let's go on fundamental first. Okay, fundamental first, so make it like inshallah you have this week and next week until you submit, so I can give my report to Puan Nadia saying what's okay, because actually I had to answer by first, right? Okay, that's okay. That one actually that is a supervisor report. No issue on that. Actually, nothing. There's no grade for that. Just want to know how much the student is ready. Okay. But you got another. But your submission is on the what, 8 of 8, is it? What is it, 9? What is your submission date? 9 of August, is it? 8 August, right? So it's a 8/8, right? Okay, so that is a final one. So you have from now until 8 August. Okay, so that's the thing here. Okay, and also that the few I need to address you few important things. All right. So when we're mentioning about binary cuckoo optimization, okay, and with correlation, okay, so correlation, so this thing must be somehow, exist in, okay, introduction also must exist a little bit, right? Introduction, whatever, correlation, a little bit here. Okay, let's see on that. So when I want to see here, okay, let me go here, right? You can see my screen, huh? Okay, okay, and then there's my comments a little bit. Okay, let's see. Fine, no problem, right? Okay, usually when I do this, I will check. Okay, I will start with the title. So the title, I will keep it as main thing for it focus. Okay, and then I will see your, okay, this one never mind. This usually we don't really read this one, but it's okay. You can final one, you can pay attention, but now no need. Okay, let's see here. Usually we cannot tell much about this one. It's okay. All right, but you come to here. Okay, I want to ask you, right? Okay, related works to cancer classification. Okay. I don't know why you like to do it. Why you like to go related. I don't understand. I mean, I don't know why. Why do you refer to related like that? Okay, but anyway, okay, since you are following it as Zika thesis, right? Okay, so let's go on Hazika one as a comparison. I mean, as a guidance lah. Okay. Yeah, so senang Hazika pun you know your stuff well, right? Okay, let's see on this angle when it comes to the okay, here. All right. Okay, you see or not here the way we go, right? We do have related. We just say imbalance class problem. Okay, you don't have to record. You just say cancer classification. What is your problem here? Okay, what is the title here, right? Let me see. Oh, sorry. Okay, you see, okay, because you want to, because actually, you want to make sure that your decision is good, right? So when it comes to the point here, where is this now? Okay, here. Binary cukup optimization, algorithm correlation. So what is your main here? Cancer, right? Cancer. So cancer, right? But you mentioning classification, but you don't do cancer classification. You do the cancer test. You can see or not? Your title is not the same as this one. Okay. Yes. Yes. Cancer classification. Right. Okay. That's the way. So you please take note, take note, so you have to change the title, right? Okay. Okay. Now the title kind of changed already now. Okay, let me try it here, right? Classification. Okay, okay, right. No, 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 no. I want to make it like want to strike it. Correct. Right. Because I want to know after this, you might see again. That's why I want you to actually this is the way to teach you how to have a good flow. Usually I like this, right? When I have a sample, I mean the draft, then we go through like this. Usually I will go the type of content first. Usually. Okay, but since you are coming, we don't check on this angle so much and then time also limited, I didn't go that way. But anyway, now, okay. So when talking about the cancer classification, okay, you see how Azika doing here. It's really the imbalance class problem. This is the domain issue, the domain name, right? Imbalance class problem, right? So you can see her title is a imbalance class problem. You see? Okay, all right. So that's going to be like you're mentioning yours is a cancer classification. Okay, so you have to go for classification here. So here no need, right? Okay. So it's cancer classification, all right? And then I don't know why suddenly from cancer classification you go to the feature selection technique. What is the relationship with this? Okay, let's see here. If you see or not. Okay, very important. You are passing the pattern. You see here, imbalance class problem, data complexity of imbalance data set. She carry this. She carry this one. She carry the problem, the domain. Okay, so you don't carry. You see, you don't carry. So by the way, filter wrapper technique is all talking about the classification cancer, right? Here. That's why you see or not? The way that usually you are straight goes to the technique without connecting with the cancer. You know what I mean? No, 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 no. It is wrong way. It is wrong way of touching. You're assuming straight on here without consideration on cancer. Okay, so that's why very important. I know this is many mistakes done. I mean, it happened to the many students. That's why the filter technique, everything here is talking about cancer classification in the whatever here in feature selection technique in cancer classification, not by itself. It cannot just stand by itself. You will go by the domain. You agree, Azika?
Betul betul.
You have to tell lah. You have to tell, Mana lah tahu, kan? Azika, you have to tell. Because the CC are not here. She carry that. All the way she carry that here. When she carry imbalance data set level, it's all talking about imbalance data set here. You see? Feature selection. So the literature are talking about imbalance class problem. So here you are talking about classification. You might want to ask here, but your driver must come from cancer classification. So not totally go straight to the feature. So I can understand why, okay, I comment here, right? Let's see, issue with approaches feature selection technique. Okay, this is the issue. Okay, the issue here, somehow you may want to go a little bit outside, but you have to carry with that. If not, you're passing baton, you don't passing the baton. Very important to passing the baton. All right. So everything here actually talking about the cancer classification or whatsoever. Maybe to ask something else, you can, but your driver must be cancer. All right. Here, right? And then you have related works to feature selection. What is this? You have approaches, features, after that related work. What do you mean by related work? What do you mean by related work? Here. What different this and this? No, no, no. What is different with this and this? But this one is also feature selection. This is also feature selection. It's also feature selection. It's also feature selection. It's also method as well, right? So what's the difference between this and this? Definitely you are gonna ask a question on that. So what is the difference? What is the difference between this and that? What are you trying to see here? Okay, I just question first. Never mind, never mind. I question first. I question first, the flow. You can see here, Azika can tell you better later on. You can see, because she go from the, by the way, don't worry. Actually, with her, I'll spend a lot of time as well, this one. Okay, so because usually I very much on a table of content. Okay, she go from the introduction, fine, that's okay. After that, if you go the domain, after that you sub, and then go to method, the method or method. You see or not? Or method like that. So the flow is very from the top to the bottom. Okay, that now when asking you how you want to hear what is the from the top from bottom. So I can see that from cancer classification is one. How you want to relate cancer question to the feature selection. Okay, and then now this is what? This is optimization, right? This angle optimization or what? What is the difference between this and that? What is the difference between feature selection here and this feature selection here? What is the difference between here? What is this actually? Okay, you're talking about optimization, is it?
Filter and
Optimization.
correlation filter.
Correlation is a filter. But what's the difference? Okay, but why you coming here? This is filter also here.
Is it
Then why you
directly
coming?
focusing to cancer or what?
Huh. Okay, never, but let's understand first. This is the correlation is under filter, right? But why you just split it? No, no, no. Okay, I'm talking about literature review. Okay, never mind. Here, definitely you're going to be questioned this one. Never mind. If you had the data, you don't have problem. It's matter of rearrangement. Okay? That's okay. It's okay. Never mind. That's fine. Anyway, but I can see that there's no flow here. There is something like, all right, but I don't want to spend so much time here yet because I'm going to have something others more. I have to settle that. I mean, more important than this one. I mean, this one is just it's a flow, but I need to address on the general other topic first. Okay, but never mind. But I'm asking you for you to think about it. But anyway, Razika maybe help you on this kind of thing. Maybe you can see, but she understand what I'm trying to say here. Okay, correlation, feature selection here. What is the different feature selection here? Here, you see or not? You are targeting something in parallel. But when you're dealing a literature review, is supposed to put top down. I don't know. You know what? You're taking the course with Dr. Sukuma, right? Did they teach you all, about doing the flow, very important flow or literature review? Did, did, pardon me? Uh-huh. Don't tell you. What about another one? It's a two people, right? The Padra, another one, is it? Oh, so both of them in class. So Kumar and Dr. Padra, right? Okay, never mind. So anyway, okay, I'm going to question because I didn't see, here, what is this genetic algorithm? What's Chuku? Okay. Is this one, why you are including this one, but this is not, is it feature selection? Particular swarm, is it particular swarm and then genetic algorithm and Chuku is optimization, right? Okay, why you are putting under feature selection? Why you put under feature selection and this one is a feature, right? Correlation based and feature selection here is, you may wait here. Okay, you may take feature selection with algorithm under this 2.4, maybe. And then under feature selection, and then you want to go for particle swarm, data algorithm, and Chuku under evolutionary algorithm, evolutionary computing, because you're trying to go for optimization. Am I right here? Why you introducing genetic algorithm and Chuku? Because you want to go for optimization, right? Because you want to go for here. Okay, you see or not? You want to go for here. That's why you're trying to go for here. Optimization here. So I can say this way. you want to go for feature selection number one. This is a feature selection. Feature selection. Okay, so it means that number one is a cancer classification. 2.2.2. Okay, let's see. After that, maybe you can break down further. But you can see now, number 2.2, cancer classification. 2.3, feature selection technique. 2.4, optimization technique. You can see or not? So you are talking from the main one, cancer classification, and then you go to sub, which is now method. If you have a sub on the domain, you have another sub. But in here, you straight to the classification. You don't have sub anymore. And then you want to go for the technique already. So you can say feature selection technique. And then you want to combine the feature selection with optimization, correct or not? That's why you are introducing this, correct? So then you have 2.4 optimization technique, something like that. Of course, you have to put some name there, but 2.4 optimization technique. You see? So the flow, you flow from the beginning until the end. You will cover everything this title. So this is the main, this is the 2.2, this is 2.3, this is 2.4. You can see or not? Okay. So that's how you flow. Okay, here. Okay, that I'm going to ask something here. Suddenly you're talking about cuckoo optimization without anything here. Okay, I know cuckoo here, maybe you know. But I'm going to ask you, because you don't have the identification, suddenly you're talking about algorithm cuckoo optimization without telling why you are so interested to go details of the cuckoo. This one, there's no passing parameter, passing baton. You see what I mean? There's no passing here. You have to address the goodness of the cuckoo that deserve to be 2.5 title as a cuckoo optimization. You go what I mean? You want to, okay. The point is now you are, okay, of all the genetic algorithm, particle swarm, and cuckoo here right now, why suddenly you are taking cuckoo become your main choice? So you have to justify why cuckoo become your main choice for you to go details like this. I know you want to take it cuckoo here, binary cuckoo here, right? It's okay. Okay, but my point here, why you are sudden here without giving justification, why suddenly you want to go cuckoo optimization? You know what I mean? That's why it's okay, it's okay. So maybe you can say that here 2.4 is optimization somewhere here. All right. And then after that, you want to go to the, sorry. Okay, and then cuckoo optimization here. Okay, but I just want to see a flow. It must be a baton passing to see a smooth flow. But that's okay. You must put some kind of justification for that. I don't mind. I just telling you now for you to think further. Okay, right, huh? Right. So and then this variant, that's fine here. Anyway, COA. Okay. One more thing here, it's possible. Don't put it a title as a short form. This is picture selection, right? Because, okay, sometimes you put full word, sometimes you put simple word. You have to be standardized. Okay, so I will suggest you all the title, put it full word. Usually the title here, you put it full word. Feature selection, feature selection. Although you might want to go feature selection FS later on, but you put it, for the title, you put it full word. Like you do for others. Okay, COA, even COA also, you have to go, why suddenly COA? So where is COA? Okay, this is COA, right? You mentioned customization for feature selection instead of short one. Okay, never mind. Come to this point. Okay, never mind. We'll come back later. Okay, now methodology. Okay, methodology, and then I understand. So you want to go for COA, COA here. Okay, and then you want to go for BCOA. Okay, what? I need to go for a while to check my cake. For the meantime, Zika, maybe you can discuss further on that. Oh, no, no, I'm going to check my cake for a while.
All right. Hmm? No, no. Dr. Umi go and check her cake for a while. Okay. It's okay, Ragit. Tonight, just take everything first. Tomorrow, maybe we can set another session. I can help you to rearrange for your chapter 2. We can make some diagram on how the flow is all about. Then from there you can organize everything. Because I think the content is there. It's only a matter of make sure that all the section is correctly done there. Mm. Tonight just absorb everything to make sure we know what need to be done. Mm.
Okay,
Oh.
guys, I got under 10 more minutes to go for the chat again. Okay. All right. Okay, never mind. So anyway, there is a thing here. Okay, so I know understand that here, whatever, blah, blah. Okay. Let me see my comments, how I will go about my comments, right? Okay. Email. Some coming from. All right. Okay, I already covered the bit should be about cancer. Okay, I already cover here, right? So I'm going here. Abstract, never mind. We can talk further later. Okay, and then okay here, right? Okay. Problem statement. Okay, let's see, on the chapter one. Okay, chapter one. Right. So you are using Word, right? You're using Word, right? Okay. Okay. But using LaTeX is different. I know. Using LaTeX, you don't have to worry so much. Okay. Anyway, just check. I don't think you have problem here because the max 400. Okay, here. Right. Okay, why so suddenly? But I don't know why, Zika. I don't know why it's on my comment. Hilang kat sini, Zika.
Ah, tak ada komen.
Ada komen sini. Bila buka balik, hilang semua. Tak tahu kat mana pergi. Tapi kan, bila I send to you all, actually you all can see now. My comments here.
Oh.
Tapi never mind. So, okay, I'm a comment. Okay, why suddenly you are talking about computer processing of all the things? Why? Why you are taking this? What takes you? Why makes you take this? Can you explain to me, Anna? Huh? What is your domain? What is your domain actually now? What is your domain? Can you tell me what's your domain of your dissertation? What is your domain? Huh? What is your domain? Can you answer? Do you understand that I'm asking you what is your domain? What is your answer? Yes, right. So you have to talk about your domain first. Okay, so this portion is out. You straight go to
Doctor,
this one.
sorry. Do you think it's better to record the session?
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot. Uh-uh. Better record. True, true, true. Actually, I planned to, but I forgot. We talked so much already. But don't mind, it's okay, huh? Right.
Okay.
All right. Okay, okay. All right. So you must go to the domain. But my point here, domain, right? Don't start with approaches, but with domain problems. So I'm comment here. All right. But anyway, you should go. I'm suggesting for you to go for the cancer. Go with the cancer and then cancer classification. About cancer first and then cancer whatever and classification. This is the one that you should start, but this is something for me. Accurate diagnosis is you have to talk about the cancer classification, whatever. Maybe a cancer and diagnosis, something like that. Okay, so this is the one that you have to start. Got it? This one you have to take out. You have to put somewhere, whatever, I don't know. But somehow you have to take out. This is not correct. I mean, that is out of the blues coming, just like that. But doesn't give any meaning. Big data, everything. So it will ruin, it will ruin the goodness of your dissertation. Because it doesn't have a good flow. Okay? All right. So this is talking about here. And anyway, I want to ask you, right? Do you send this one for the proofread? No, because I can see actually that maybe there's not much time, but I think the English not that good. Do you use Grammarly or what? But Grammarly a free one, ah. Yeah, I understand. I understand. You don't have much problem with the grammar, but the way that you write is not that. What I'm saying here, the word is simple word lah. It's a simple English. I mean, it's not so something like it's okay. I mean, in the way that, but it doesn't have a richness of the English inside on the way you express the word. But anyway, you are using Grammarly, the free one, is it? Or you buy the Grammarly? No, I mean here, do you use Grammarly, the free one? Jessica dia kata apa tu?
Or buy an account, purchase, he purchased
Purchase
the
lah, alright.
premium.
Tapi sometimes the sentences dia tak suggest kan?
Suggest.
Suggest. But I see the English tu macam tak berapa nak. Okay. But never mind. That's not really, later on, they can be later anyway. If you're okay already, it should be okay. Right. But to get the proofread after the Viva, maybe like this, when you submit on the 8th, you still can go for proofread after that while waiting for the Viva. Because you got time. Or maybe whatever. Okay. Can. But make it this way, right? You can send. I mean, let's see on the angle, lah, right? That one we talk later, lah. But anyway, I don't know whether you send proofread and suddenly it's a change again, but somehow I'm afraid that if you want to send the proofread after the Viva, then it's not enough time because it's only about minutes. But anyway, okay, we got that one. All right. So they're talking about that flow. Okay, you have to decide, right? Okay, you make it this way. You have to decide program number one, talking about what? Okay, let's say program number one, talking about cancer. Program number two, talking about cancer data set and classification, example, right? Something like that. You got to plan, and then program number three, talking about what? Something like that. Right. And then this my comment here, okay, you don't have to take full word people say this way. No need. You don't need this one. And then somehow why suddenly talk about machine learning? I feel it like this statement is I mean something like you don't have to quote people's word about machine learning. Right? So there's a beside technology may help to improve knowledge, cancers and find new treatment. This technique can probably detect cancerous and non-cancerous issue. Routine prevention system. Okay. No, I'm telling you that you don't have. Yeah, it's for me. This word doesn't give any meaning. You don't quote people's word. Doesn't seem anything important for that. Because machine learning is very common anyway. Machine learning is very common. Even now, your machine learning doesn't come out here at all. Because this correlation based is a machine learning actually. All right. So that's why we don't have to mention about the details about this kind of word for machine learning. But anyway, I don't want to spend so much time on this one. All right. And then the machine learning activity that mind extract information. Okay. Again, Zika, if you ada point, please say something jangan diam
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
listening.
alone nanti kalau lama hilang suara saya. Okay. For me here as well, mm, this one is something that you don't need to put it here. Okay, all right. Okay, and then complete machine learning algorithm performance improvement factor. Okay, this one, yes, I can see that you were mentioned tentang dimension because you want to go for dimension anyway, right? A little bit, I can understand that here at this portion. Okay, so you're trying to go for the dimension already because that's why it's good to plan. Okay, paragraph number one talking about what? Okay, paragraph number two talking about what? Program number 3 talking about what. So you are already grouping, you can see the flow already. So that's how you see the way that it works. Okay. Macam writing workshop lah kan lah, is it kan?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
When I mentioned about writing workshop, okay, let me see. For example, right? Alamak.
Dia punya structure tu kan.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, here, structured. Okay, structured. Let me see writing workshop macam feedback. Journal structure. Okay. Maybe Azika, you ada kan? Maybe can you explain? Okay. This is the way that when I run the structure for my student, right? This one. Something like this one. You see the way I go here, right? You can see not 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, you see something like that. So you may plan that, okay, paragraph number 1, paragraph number 2. This one, if we're doing that way, it become very systematic. If you have problems, I don't know what to put, right? So you put paragraph number 1, talking about what. Paragraph number 2, talking about what. Number 3, about what. And then it will guide you, to find it. Because you already had the inside information already. Okay, never mind, Okay, quickly talking about, I got to go first. So Zika, tolong handle side lah.
Okay.
Kejap, nak tengok apa ni.
Right. The some of the paragraph over here, right? I think the previous paragraph I cannot scroll because the Tomi is in control of the document. One whole paragraph, but there is no reference. I think you should be careful on that as well, because usually for background and so on, we need to make sure that each of the element have reference. So later on, better check on that part also. Mm. But so far, you able to follow the things? It's okay. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, so far I think rearrange. I think not much to add. Maybe minor things only. Mostly the arrangement of the content. Even your chapter one also, so far on only the first paragraph we have to remove, and the other one, most of it is on the rearrangement of the paragraph, the flow. Mm. Like to make sure that it from one paragraph to another it have continuation between each other. Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes, it happens also, right?
Japan. Anyway,
Mm-mm.
okay, never mind. So, okay, let's see here, the mission reduction. The way I see it, right? The way I see it, the flow of your writing is not smooth.
The
You
flow.
don't have structure. That's the way I see. When I read, I didn't read details, but the way that I can sense it. Kelasan macam hygiene kan, I can see kan dia punya dia
Yes.
very smooth something like that, right?
Mm-mm.
So the way I see here that it's not that smooth, but that's why I'm suggesting you to write in such a way that you will follow the same way that you follow here, the flow. Something like first talking about cancel. Okay. After that, you're talking about that. It's actually the introduction also is the same like your literature, but in the simplified form. In the more into information about something that we're talking about, but in the shorter form, in the more condensed form. When you want to talk about in the literature, you're talking about details already. But basically, you are following about the same flow. That's what I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's the same thing, but more condensed. Okay, that's why you got to plan how to go about. Okay, you're talking about gene expression here, right? But nothing. I mean, but do you mention gene expression in your literature or not? Okay, all right. But are you going to use gene expression or not? Yeah, you're going to use gene expression data set, right? Okay. Right. Okay, keep it that way because I can see that when you go for your methodology, your consider gene expression already gone. You hold on, huh? Never mind. You please. Okay, that's why you're going to use gene expression data set, correct? Okay. 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 Make it this way. If you are going to confuse using different term, you have to use only one term.
Better standard.
Standardize.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes talking about gene, sometimes talking about cancer. So you have to standardize. You have to standardize. Okay. You have to use one word only. Don't confuse because later on what do you mean by gene expression? What do you mean by cancer data set? So you have to be like but if let's say you're trying to go for cancer data set, but you need to explain in the gene expression data set, then you have to mention. But you have to use only one term, one common term when it comes to the experiment. You got it? You got it. So if no, I mean beginning you can mention at first is cancer data set. Cancer data set come in the form of gene expression data set. Let's say lah, you mention that way. So after that, you're not going to mention about because in the literature you mention about cancer data set, but at the end you're talking about gene expression data set. And then after that, when you come to the chapter 3, you're talking about gene expression data set. No more cancer. Let's say. So you have to use only one term for the experiment. You see? So that's how the things supposed to be lah. Because you don't want to confuse the reader. Yeah, because they want to see whether are you using the same term again all throughout your dissertation. Right? Okay. And okay, one word here. I don't know. Why you have the E big one? Is it because at first you have an effective and then beside it come later or what? Okay, why your effective here is a big E? I know you have many times like this, many like this. So I'm wondering whether what's going on. Why you always have a big character like this? Okay, so beside whatever, right? Okay. I'm not saying I cannot read through one by one. It's going to be a lot of time spent. I just want to tell you how to go about. All right. All right. So in the end, usually we can classify. Okay. Usually we don't use we can classify. Just say feature selection method can be classified.
Can be classified.
Not the we can. We don't use active. We use passive because we don't want to specify who actually doing it. Okay, you have used a lot of we here. Actually, you don't. You have to change it. Whatever we, you have to change it. Like for example, like feature selection method classified are classified into filter, wrapper, and hybrid methods. Yeah. So usually like that. Auto method will recognize. Okay. Usually we don't use we. Any we actually take out and put it in the passive word. Okay. All, all. Don't use a we. Take out the we. Because usually in the TC we don't use we. We do use we. Sometimes they do lah, but unlikely lah. Zika tak nak pakai
No, no, we never use
We never use.
VI or something
We
like
never
that.
use VI. No.
Mm.
Even in here, we cannot use we. Why? You are the only one doing it. So actually, you can use I, but usually people never use I. Okay, we is means that more than one, right? But you are not doing it alone. Yeah, but no.
Maybe for paper can be we.
Pap-
I think this
Paper,
is no.
paper, yeah, but thesis cannot because thesis is you alone. It is your only word. You cannot use. You can use I, but people never use I. That's why we don't use active word. We use passive.
Passive.
You know, passive something that you don't mention who is doing it, not I or not we. You know, something like that, right? Okay. Okay. Report approach depend on the clarification. Okay, never mind. But somehow another, suddenly you mentioned about report approaches different. But anyway, okay, I go fast first because I want to make sure that your flow is okay or not, right? Okay, this one is a general structure feature section. Okay, usually general structure feature selection approach. Okay,
This one macam datang early.
here. This
Should
is
be
supposed to
earlier.
be literature, right? It's supposed to be in literature. This one is in the literature, not in the
Oh.
this is the feature selection approaches. I don't get it why you want to put it inside here because you are not trying to this is the only general structure usually you don't put inside the chapter one. No.
Oh, but what if some cases if you want to highlight the issue of that?
Yeah, okay, fine.
Mm.
You can. But is it trying to highlight here? Oh, okay. A, B, C. General structure, but okay, fine. Figure 1.1. Okay. Oh, okay. You see, oh, right. You mentioned it here, right? Where is your figure? Where is your figure one point? Where do you mention figure 1.1b? Where's your A? Where's your statement for the A? 1.1b. But it's got A, B, C. But where is your 1.1a? Which statement? Huh?
Above.
Oh, this one C. You have to follow. You will see like this one, and then you follow that one above. Show the gender structure. Oh, it's above lah, right? Okay, okay. In that's the case, I think can buy. This one must come first. This one must. Oh, this one come. This one 1.1. But when you mention about 1.1 or figure A show. Hmm. But wait. Where is your 1.1? Because you had to say 1.1 first. Then you go 1.1A, 1.1B, and C. But there's no word 1.1 here. You straight go 1.1A. And then A actually is what? What is A? What is B? What is C? Oh, no. I didn't read through detail. Never mind. I don't want to spend so much time here anyway. She okay. A report approach. But when you want to show this one, what actually you trying to show? General how this approach works. What do you mean by this? This is what? Kind of confused. Is it talking about? Is it filter? Is it filter? This approach is it filter? It's filter, is it? Okay, so wrapper is what? Wrapper is what? What's suddenly talking about wrapper? Is it 1.1b is wrapper? Hybrid. Oh, I think the way you write you are write it later. You had to write it first. You had to write figure 1.1 be showing on the wrapper. You explain about all the things, suddenly you mention it later. The last statement, figure 1 show the general structure. Confusing, You should address first figure 1.1a is what? And then you explain. Figure 1.2b is what? Then you explain. C is what? You don't mention that one at the end of your statement. You show it, you mention this one is all here, right? Correct or not? Correct? This is 1.1b actually is explained here, correct? A wrapper, right?
Important.
Ah, so you should mention figure first, then you explain. Either you explain first and then you say, oh, this way. So I
Like figure
thought, I
1.1.
expected that this one is explaining below. Okay. Oops. No more. Oh, okay. Got 2 more minutes. Okay. All right. My cake is. I think I don't know why it's not. It's not cooked yet. Gonna go again after this. Okay. Nanti na hangus na kami. All right. Okay. And then okay here, but okay. Don't be too long because it's still okay. It's still okay. Nak panjang sangat ada punya ni eh. Ni kan
Oh,
panjang ni.
this one introduction alone.
Well,
Oh,
introduction. Your introduction not together. Where is your background? See, your
oh, background
background
alone.
alone. Right. Where is yours just now? Because mana you punya?
Banyak. Saya rasa saya tak ada banyak sangat.
That's why. Where is your? What is your okay motivation? Okay, motivation somehow is your problem statement, right? This is okay. Motivation is more or less like problem statement.
Hmm.
Ya juga kena ni. Hmm. Sudah ni. Mana you punya tadi Kita tengok dah buka tadi. Mana tadi ni?
Problem background. Oh, tiga page.
Problem statement. You don't have problem. Okay. You don't have challenges. Motivation. You have motivation challenges, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. But it is okay. It's the same like challenges. But for me, okay, you see Azika style challenges handling imbalance with high complexity data. Okay, maybe you see motivation on very strict. I mean, your word is general word lah, but actually it's the same like 1.2 Azika one. Right. So, okay, you go for that one problem. Okay, and then how we design. Okay, now you see you don't have problem statement. Where is your problem statement? Oh, here. Oh,
Tu
no.
statement.
Okay, this is a problem statement, right? So it's a problem statement. Okay, problem statement, microarray cancer dataset, another one.
What
Why somebody got
micro?
microarray?
Hmm.
Where do you mention microarray before? Do you mention somewhere here? Do you mention or not? My question is, this microarray, is it mentioned in here before you mention it here? If not, you got to use one common term only. Cancer dataset, that's it.
Hmm. Hmm. I
I mean,
think the other one pun okay kan, gene
gene,
expression ataupun cancer
Why, you do
data.
mention gene here or not? Okay, hold on, I got to go for a while. Okay, mention that.
Right, this one right. Is either, for example, if you want to use throughout your thesis gene expression dataset, then from the first page of your thesis until the last page, you only use that word. Make sure it's standard. So when you bring out the term gene expression at the problem statement, you should also somehow introduce the term when you discuss the background problem, the introduction part. Later on maybe you can check on that. I think maybe you use microarray at the beginning and then suddenly problem statement and then the feature selection you change to gene expression. Maybe it's only a matter of that only. So just take note on that part now. Yes. If you decided to go for gene expression, then from your title until the last page of your thesis, only use that one, gene expression dataset. Don't mix up the term because it will confuse the examiner. Hmm? Because the title. Hmm. Oh, turn it in. No, no, better don't do that way. Just use one terminology throughout the thesis so it's standard. So whenever people encounter with the word gene expression, or they know this is the type of data that you are using. Cancer data is fine as well. You have my proposal, that one, right? Do you have my proposal? I think mine. The one that Dr. Umi share right now in the screen. Do you have that copy? My thesis, that one. The one that Dr. Umi show you as an example, my thesis. Do you have a copy of it? I think last time we share to you, right? Oh, we don't share? Yeah, the imbalance class problem, that one. Oh, hygiene. Not mine. Oh, okay.
Yeah, hi. All right. Where are we now? Okay, this one, okay, problem statement, okay, and then the problem statement. I didn't go details every step, every here, because I see that you have to, I just telling you about the flow of going for this. So usually you can use Azika as your standard of reference lah.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
But I later have to share that one. Ragit said he only have hygiene thesis.
Oh, ya ke?
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know as well.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Wait. So let's see. So I gave Azika one now to you. All right. Rocket, you can see that one, right? Okay. What is that sounds coming from?
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh, what's up?
okay, I thought was that. What sounds so tremendous sound. Okay. Anyway, you can use that one. All right. Where does it come here? Tadi tutup one. Okay. Right. So, and then here, okay, usually you come here, I just started wondering, is it before that you add letter, at first you put it is, usually suddenly you put therefore, and then you forgot to change it to IT small. Is it? No, I mean here, you see or not? Your word, you have a lot like this, big character here. Therefore, or is it because, yeah, at first you write this way, suddenly you add something you forgot to change. Yeah, possibly. I see, but and many that way. You have to check again, because this is disturbing, to see that the people that reading that it will going to be disturbing, So English must be like at least, although maybe grammar is whatever, but writing the big character, small character is going to be like. All right. So okay, let me go through a little bit like like line by line here, or you don't see, or you have IG punya, right? Tak ada, Azikan tak ada.
Mm-mm.
Right. So, and then this is the problem statement. Okay, problem statement. Okay, and then you go to, and then you say, okay, my question here, actually, I do write something, Ada comment here, mana pergi ni? How do we feature selection? Okay. My comment here is, what is that? Uh, how we design a feature selection approach that remove duplicate features and select the most relevant one and cancel classification data set. That's your question. Number one. And then how we improve the feature selection model to choose the features to improve the highest classification accuracy. How we improve? Okay, can you explain to me? Right, you had two objective lah. Okay, before that, objective is here. Objective must be two. Take note, right? This is wrong here. You have to put two propose. Okay, right? Yeah, you must be with two statement and the one and two here. You cannot put dot here. Is number one and number two. Objective must go with number, not dot. Okay, and then must start with two. Objective must start with two. I don't know whether Dr. Sukuma told you or not. You must start with two. So you get one and two. Yeah, you must have one and okay, like this one. That's why maybe here. Okay, maybe this is question one and two. Okay, here goal objective also one and two. See, like this. All right, but my question is that we cannot see clearly here. Okay, you want to two propose, you see two propose. Okay, I can suggest actually two propose and evaluate. To propose and evaluate wrapper-based feature selection based on the hybridization between correlation. Okay, I want to ask you, right? So this one is CFS BCOA. This one. This one, the second one is what? Improve the performance. How are you going to improve the performance of the CFS BCOA? What are you going to use? This objective number 2, what are you going to do? What are you doing? This one, you're using the correlation and binary cuckoo, right? For objective number 1. Objective number 2, what do you use? What method? By what? How are you going to improve? Wait. What? By what?
How do you enhance the initial population?
You enhance initial population? What method? What method you use? Population is not method. Yep. That one is part of whatever inside here, you know. Population is not method. What I don't understand that nampak actually dia combine semua kat sini tau. Binary pun here. Actually, you want to, I didn't see, at first you want to go for the, feature selection. After that, you want to go with, which is correlation based feature selection. That's one method you want to go, right now. After that, you want to optimize the feature selection using Cuckoo, right? Am I right?
Hybrid.
No, this what you going to add this one to the correlation, correct? You adding the binary to the correlation, right? So I see this way, Zika. At first, he's going to do objective number 1 to go for this one. Objective number 2, going to add on binary optimization to improve this particular works.
I don't think so juga, Doctor.
Uh-huh.
I think the second one, I saw in the methodology there is naive Bayes algorithm.
Naive Bayes. Okay, let's see. But you don't mention naive Bayes here. Okay. Right.
Atas lagi rasanya. The first stage. Framework tu, 3.1. Stage 3 tu. classification and gene optimization.
Sometimes gene, okay, you're using optimization already, right? If you are using gene optimization, your concept, your title must be gene, you know. Okay, 9 bayers. You're using 9 bayers? But you mention your 9 bayers in your proposed work. In your objective, you don't mention about 9 bayers at all. Okay, and ask you here, which one is objective number 1? Which one objective number 2? From here. One first. Number 1, which one? Improve what? Okay, where is it here? Yeah, but
To
where?
the IBCOA plot.
Yeah, but where is it here? Where is it? Where is this stage? Which stage actually improve? Can you tell me which stage improve? Which stage? You know, your objective must be here. Objective number 1 is which one? Ah, cannot. You have to be clearly mentioned. No, because you don't show your methodology, you know. How you going to know? You do your work without telling us methodology. Right? So that's why we don't know. I mean, you can adjust accordingly, lah, but the point is now you have to align your objective with the methodology here. You cannot hide. You know, it definitely means that the point is now we've been questioned what is your objective number 2 here? It's not only me asking you, you know. So if you do that one in your experiment, then make it visible. If you don't do, let's say you don't do, then you don't make it objective. You don't make it objective. If you don't do that, it must be aligned all together. It means that if you are mentioning in your objective, then you have to mention it in here as well. Every single step, your objective must be covered here. So which one is objective number 1? Which one is objective number 2? We must be clear here because you're going to ask again, okay, how you fulfill objective number 2? Which method? Which stage?
Betul. Saya rasa kan,
Wait, man. What were you saying, Azika?
I think this one, what Ragit need to do is add stage 3 is belongs to objective 2. What he need to do is actually another stage that describe objective number 1.
Yes, that's what. That's what I say. It means that objective number 1, you're talking about the feature selection with that one, and then objective number 2 is it is a feature selection optimization.
The improvement IBCOA
Yeah,
and
optimization that's why you pakai
There
BCOA.
is, there's already the notation there, CFS, IBCOA, and B, which belongs to
This one is objective number 2, correct or not?
Kan?
Objective number 1, okay, make it this. Objective number 1 actually is CFS. Objective number 1 is CFS.
The objective.
But I have another question. Whether what do experiment that you do? That's another question. Sebab dia tak dia mix together, you know.
Yeah. He combine everything.
Actually, by right, the best way lah, easier for you to do first. You're going to go, okay, if, I mean, you can see here. Okay, let's see. All right. The best way to do is like this one. The best way to do like objective number 1, you're talking about this one only. It means that CFS. Okay, I don't know. Maybe, yeah? Let's say.
Maybe.
After that, because cukup actually optimization of the parameters optimization, correct or not? Cukup. is a optimization algorithm on the parameters, right?
Doktor, saya rasa macam silap.
Sila.
Uh-uh. The first one, the first objective is actually correlation FS with BCOAA. The second objective is the CFS IBCOA naive Bayes. Maksudnya they improve BCOA with naive Bayes.
Oh, okay.
That should be the
Okay.
second one. Huh.
Can also,
Hmm.
I don't know, oh, okay. So in that's the case, then this one, in that's the case, okay, go back to that one, right? So it means that we come to this one. So ini which one is the one that the first one nama pertama tadi? CFS,
Yes.
BCOS tak ada.
Rahid didn't mention the first objective dalam
You have to
framework ni.
mention here tau, ha.
Hmm.
You have to be clear in your proposed work that cover the whole objective. Yes, you have to follow that one.
Hmm.
But your objective number 2 is not clearly mentioned. What is that actually? So here you mentioned here, right? You mentioned CB over here, but you do mention at all. It is not jive. Your objective in your methodology is not jive. It is not mapped properly. No, no, no. I'm telling you, you had to make it clear. You don't have to justify it, flowchart, whatever, but you have to make it clear here. People will see this one first. So your objective, this one must be mapped correctly. I'm telling you that. Then after that, you go to flowchart. But if your chart correct, this one's not right, it's still not correct. You see, you have to make it correct. You have to make it, this one must be similar with your objective. Because when we go to objective, after you got the objective, we will see on the framework of proposed model first. Because proposed model, it will contain your objective. So you must be clearly mentioned here. It's okay. It's okay as long as your experiment is okay. Is it you did the one, right? Is your experiment is also include that one, right? The one you mentioned just now, it means that the 14 that you mentioned just now, you already do the experiment, correct or not? You want to say something that just now, but experiment is done or not? Experiment is already is been done or
Yeah,
not?
the enhanced BCOA just now
Enhanced,
that you
yeah. You
mentioned.
did it or not?
Yeah.
You already included, right? Ah, that's fine.
Hmm. But
Fine,
sorry,
ready.
the enhanced is actually the IBCOA, right? The improved BCOA is similar to enhanced BCOA, is it? Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by you read? I don't get it. I understand, but before I read, I must understand this one first. If this one is not clear, then I cannot go down. You see, because this one is stage 1, stage 2 is depending on the stage 1, right? Got stage 2. So this one must be clear mentioned first. Then I can go, then we can go details. It depends what you want to do, right? I cannot say for sure. This is your work. I don't know whether, which one actually you feel more comfortable. Is it because your objective, also, I cannot say for objective, I mean, your objective is like that, and then no, this one is like this one. So which one actually you are talking about? So you are comfortable with your objective or not? That's the thing here. Okay, let's say now we're going for this one. Okay, I want just, I write it here, right? Okay, so this objective. Okay, when coming to the adjective here, Okay, this is adjective number one, right? Okay. Okay, this one, what method you use? This one, right? Okay, this is adjective number two. No, sorry. What method you use? What method you use? You're not answering. What method you use? There's no method. You cannot say. If you cannot method, there's no objective. So what method do you use? You improve performance. How you improve performance? Okay, you mentioned here to improve performance or this one to enhance. Okay, this is the objective. But what using what method you are not mentioning here. This one you're mentioning, you are using here. You are using this method. Propose a filter ratio approach. This is a method. But here you saying that you want to improve this particular method on the above to enhance clarification accuracy. But using what? Via what? You will not have to mention here. So in actual experiment, that how you input the performance. Okay. Can you tell me which a chapter that you are talking about chapter number two? Where? Which one in your dissertation mentioning that? Tak faham. Okay, I don't understand you. Yeah, okay. So this one is okay. This one is what objective? Pre-filter stage two. Stage two, right? You're using the MB model. Stage present the first part of the hybrid proposed. What do you mean by first part of hybrid proposed here? MB. You have MB? And here there's no MB here? What is this one? This one is what? Where is this here? Where is MB here? Eh. But you do mention MB here. There's no name MB come out here. Right not? Where is your MB here? This one. Where is the FS IBCOA? MB. Where is it here? I don't get it. So now MB actually is a second stage. Zaida, Sajida.
Cuba.
Happening. I mean headache lah. I got headache with this one here. So this is one the gene pre-filtering. But why gene filtering? You're talking about MB. MB is here.
The
Stage
framework
3.
is not.
But this name not even appear here. Or here, there, here. Okay. Okay. This one is what adjective then? Okay. This one what adjective? Okay. Okay. CFS, NB is what adjective? Adjective number one or number two? Yeah. Azika, do you understand?
Wow.
Uh,
um,
we can understand you.
understand, but somehow, okay, the base algorithm of BCOA, there is no naive bayes, right? You are the one who adding naive bayes there to improve the BCOA. Is it correct? Yeah. Yes, then you can claim that as part of your objective. But you didn't mention at all there is naive bayes throughout the beginning of your thesis, the dissertation. Yeah, you should, because that is what your work, you are doing it. You are experimenting. You are experimenting that thing. Huh. So the second stage is, mm, what are the difference between stage number 2 and stage number 3?
Okay, never mind. Let's go. What did you do? What did you do first? Because I'm afraid that let's go here first, right? Okay, let's see here. You are doing data preprocessing. Let's see what you're doing. Okay, before that, right? You please can you this format is not nice, you know. See or not? You make the thing like you know, you have to be like you must follow, for example, like this one before I go details on, you see? Your format is it's not nice. So when we read this one, it doesn't design properly. If we can see this one because you're using like text lah, right? But somehow when we do that before I go detail, right? We see not that very nicely written because this one affect, for example, like this one, it affect the way people read. Something like you know okay like this, you see not same line, so you should follow the same line here. So here it must be here. Okay, I just telling you lah. You change, right? Something like you must be aligned. This one looks a kind of not arranged properly. Just telling you lah. Okay, just telling you. Okay. Now we're talking about, you see here, genes. Okay, very fun. Talking about genes here now. This is gene. Before that, you never mentioned, but genes actually come with the genes. That's another thing that you have to be taking. You have to really, you have to really make it something like more as one word, gene optimization. So we're talking about gene, right? So I know sometimes because of you are might referring to any journal whatever, but you must put it in your context, right? So you must pick, you use gene and after that all gene. Okay, but here is gene, then before that, you have to be somehow another to be mapped together for the gene. Okay, gene optimization. Okay. Why you have a gene optimization and classification? I also don't understand.
Hmm.
Why you go for the optimization first, after that you classification? Why? I also don't understand. Usually, because your title is classification first, and then after that is optimization second. Is it? That's what I understand. But now you're putting this way, which is I kind of confused. What is that all about? Okay, and then Section 3.5 gives a complete description of this part, including the work of Mr. NB, BCOA and B, and then, but here is BCOA and B, I got CFS.
Hmm.
See or not?
Saya
Name
dah
is
faham.
not same. Huh?
Dah faham. I can get what he's trying to do,
Pretty much.
and the confusion. Because, okay, currently the final method proposed by Rahid is CFS, IBCOA and B. That is the final model. So in second stage, what he did is only CFS, BCOA. But he's trying to combine the whole model as one, macam satu payung besar lah. So that's why they carry forward that method tu daripada awal. Sepatutnya at the second stage, he don't have to mention the CFS, IBCOA and B because he haven't performed it yet. On the third stage, only he add the
Yes,
BCOA
yeah,
and
I
B.
understand. So NB is supposed to be talking later.
Yes, and B should become later, but he put it at the second stage, so that's why the confusing happened there.
Okay, fine. Okay, so now actually, what method actually first? Okay, you have what methods actually? The point is now what method here and what method here? Okay, this one, what method? Where you have this one is your ABCOE. Is it method BC? Okay, this one method, right? This is one method, is it? Okay, can I say this is the one method? Okay, after that, actually, you're going to go for another method, which is this method. This is the one.
The enhanced part.
The enhanced part, is it this one? Is it this one? Is it? This is the first one, this is second one. Correct or not? Am I right? This is the first one. After that, you want to enhance it using this MB. Am I right?
Mana lagi ni?
Okay, are you around? Hilang dah ke?
Tak ada ke?
Terkeluar dah ke?
Oh,
Oh, you're here. Right. Okay. No, I'm asking you, is it correct or not? First, you propose this one, second job, and then this one is second time, second one. Are you adding or not naive bayers? And why you put it here? You adding or not? Are you using naive bayers or not? I'm asking you. Then why you said then you said that just now that you said you're not using it. I don't get it. Right. So if you're not using, then you cannot put it in your diagram. Okay, I want to ask you, do you perform this algorithm or not? This one. You do experiment? Yeah. Okay. Do you perform this algorithm? That's a problem. You don't have this algorithm experiment. You don't have. You only have this algorithm, right? I want to ask you, okay, answer me first, all right? You are putting this objective, CFS BCOE, all right? Do you perform this algorithm or not? How come you put it in your objective and you're not perform?
Hmm.
That's why. Why you are putting in your objective but you're not perform? Definitely it's already out. You must perform it because you're mentioning propose. You want to propose this one, and then we call it CFSPSOA. So it means that you must perform the experiment. And then you want to improve, they will understand maybe from here you improve with the added naive bayes, then you have another result. You have the first result, and then you have second result. You can compare with this one and this one. So it's giving you can have the result for this one.
Then for the CFS, IBCOA, and B, how do you assess that? Hmm.
So how you do classification accuracy for this one? What how you classification accuracy you did? How experiment? No, I'm asking you, what kind of the classification algorithm that you're using? This is the, this is the, this one, ini bukannya classification, right?
The feature selection.
This is feature selection, but what is classification? In order for you to classify, what kind of algorithm that you use?
Hmm.
This one is a feature selection. Oh, dia jawab macam ni nanti kena dengan ni. Terus.
Hmm.
For example, like Azika one, okay, like Azika, you can share yours or not? You are talking about the features, I mean something like, but algorithm, she mentioning algorithm, we must have algorithm because classification ni algorithm, but you are putting something on the filtering of the data set. But you need to use one algorithm for you to know whether it's accuracy okay or not. So the point is now,
Doktor, tapi cuba doktor tengok figure 4.6.
4.6, right?
Figure 4.6.
Okay.
He put a comparison knife Bayes CFS PCOA. So how cuba doktor tengok?
4.6, right? Table 4.6.
Figure 4.6 page 108. 94. Sorry. This one.
What do you mean by baseline? What do you mean by baseline?
So macam mana dia evaluate CFS dengan BCOA tu pakai apa? Dapatkan accuracy. But CFS is the feature selection technique.
Yeah.
So what model that he
What
used?
model you use in order to classify? And one more thing that you only run accuracy, you don't run other than that, only accuracy. So you don't go recall and then recall on the system. Can you answer us or not? What is classification algorithm you use for this one?
Then
So your nine bias is your classification. You see, Rika, dia bukan bunai bias sebagai part of dia punya algorithm. That one I bias is a classification algorithm, but this one actually it is a filter based algorithm. Lagi confused ni. Nanti banyak.
yelah depending nak bias untuk classification.
Hmm?
Hmm.
I Jessica, what's your comment?
Macam mana?
I dah pulang punca tak tahu mana sehari ni kan.
Maksudnya dia propose satu model, one model that
Aku faham dia buat apa. Okay, and I see the flow chart when you're running. What is the flow chart? 3.7. Dia lebih kan nampak. Okay, here. See here, nampak tak? This is the classification. You cannot call your algorithm as an NB at the back. Cannot.
Okay.
Cannot use NB as your algorithm because your algorithm only this portion. This one is that's why you use this. This one you have to understand. This is a filter based algorithm for you to do a filter, or it is a feature selection. After feature selection, you're going to go for the cross validation waiver to apply to the machine learning, classification algorithm. This one you only use. This one is your proposed work. So you cannot tagging NB at your algorithm because NB and this one are two different things. Okay, actually this one is the one that feature selection. This one, it is a classification algorithm. Correct? Correct or not? Right. So you cannot add it as your algorithm is NB at the back. It's not right because you only use this is only the machine classification algorithm, and this one is the actually we're talking about your work. You're going to have some kind of the feature selection inside here. Correct or not? So BCOA, the one understand that BCOA somehow that um COA is because I'm orang macam optimization Azika. That's why I nampak dua objektif tu. But okay, why use net bias as your classification?
The simple.
Which paper you're referring to? What paper? What paper again? Dengar it.
Oh, the paper that we share in the group.
Do you justify? Do you justify in your work why you're using net bias? Do you mention where is it? Ni juga.
Macam mana?
Tu.
Macam ada satu je objektif.
Satu tak kisah. Temunya berterabung.
Oh, satu boleh eh?
Satu boleh.
Oh.
3 point. Mungkin follow ni. 3.5, 0.3. Here. Do you put MB in your beside the MB because it's simple to construct? Oh, MB in algorithm here. Okay. Yeah, but when you choose, you don't have citation, huh? This one. Okay. This apa dia selalu works at the same principle, the correlation techniques. That's why I follow that one. The point is now, correlation based technique is already exists in this paper. It's already been done. Correlation based technique is already done. Is it? It's already done. No, I mean it's already has someone doing it already. Hmm. Okay. Evaluation based.
The proposal is zero.
Tapi dia writing macam
Cara tulis tu.
Satu means that he only have one objective.
One adjective.
One actually not. Usually people go for two lah, but usually contribution kalau you can have for one is just follow, another one is contribution can also. But the point is now the experiment is not enough cover that one, right? So you only do one experiment, right? You see comparison. Okay, you see the result. See the result, right? The result. Okay. Okay, first of all, you cannot click MB, eh? Okay, you have to take out the MB. You have to take out this MB. It's not right. You cannot tie together with MB. This is the classification algorithm. We just use only. So proposed model, obtain for proposed model only this one. Okay, and then we call it MB. I don't know.
Ke di sana faham.
Can you show your paper, please? Can you share your paper? Can you share it? You take over this sharing. I want to have a look. Show me that one. Penat ni ke? It's not going to be. Sini tengok buat. You pull your sharing. You pull your sharing.
Yes, can see.
What's the name?
CFSIBPSONB.
And by learning model, they apply to learning model. They got arrow. Just now you tak ada arrow ada punya.
Ada.
Ada arrow lah. Oh, nama ke MB. Dia nama ke MB belakang. Never mind. Okay, but no matter what, MB is not part of the feature selection. You see here like this, I understand, but you see or not, never mind, whatever. You can see here, you are putting this one and you are putting this one. It's confusing. You see or not? This one without the
Tak
MB.
nak share screen ke apa?
Sorry. Let me take over the okay, this one understand. Okay, let me take over the one again, right? So where is it now? Where is it? Okay, here. Share. Right, you can see here, right? Okay. No, I already take it. All right, now you can see or not? Okay, you can see my screen, or you can see, you can see my screen sharing, Okay. Okay, you can see you have one name here. Okay, you have one name here. It's confusing. All right, now. One is here, different name. This one got MB, this one without MB. Okay, so you must take one. Okay, the way I see it, this is the one that you're talking about, not this one. Without. Yeah, because this one you the MB, right? I don't see that you should go MB because MB is only classification algorithm that you borrow from somewhere. Only for you to perform the classification. It's not your work at all. Your work is this one. So although the paper said so, but that's not the right way. Agree with Azikam?
Hmm. Betul.
Hmm. You cannot because it's two separately. Naive Bayes is only act as a classification algorithm for you to check the accuracy. That's it. So you only use that. You can use decision tree. You can use SBM. You can use anything. You can use Naive Bayes, but it is not part of your proposed work. It's only used to because feature selection is in front of your model of the classification model. So Naive Bayes is classification model.
Ah, peningnya.
Tak faham.
Yes.
I don't understand
Hmm.
you. I don't understand. Because nine Bayes is, if you can see the flow, okay, the flow here mentioning that it's nothing to do. You can see or not here. You only apply the nine Bayes. You only apply. You are not joining this one in nine Bayes under your algorithm, correct or not? Nine Bayes is not part of your algorithm, right? Nine Bayes only you apply, you only used. But this is the one that actually talking about. CFS, pencerahan aja ke? Ni faham tak?
Tak dapat tangkap. Can
Alamak.
you repeat again what you said just now? Use BCOA? Uh-huh. In the same box. Oh, dia nak masuk juga knife Vegas. Hmm.
Why you want to, you must have reason why you want to add nine bayas for what? Nine bayas is not, you can put a name, but it doesn't give you any meaning because this one nothing to do with nine bayas. I don't get it lah. Why, you can put the name, but somehow that it doesn't, you doesn't use this one as part of your feature selection, correct or not?
Right. Just a moment, just a moment. Currently, what you are doing, you use the CFS IBCOA to select the most relevant features, right? And then from there, you get how many features is important for your data. Then you input that to knife Bayes to do classification, correct? Huh. Uh-huh. Yes, understand. Because you need the knife Bayes to give you the evaluation metrics in terms of the accuracy value. But it is not part of your feature selection model. The feature selection model is CFS IBCOA. The knife Bayes is the classification model that you want to use to evaluate the effectiveness of the feature selection that you proposed just now. Huh. Yes. That's your proposed model. That's what we are trying to say just now. Okay.
But my point is now,
Wait,
no, I
don't
will
you have
see first. The
something?
point is now, you only have one objective, you know.
Mm.
Okay, let's see here. Right? So number no, okay, this one by right, you can combine into one. Figure 4.2, 4.1, you can put together. You just like best data set or variant data set, put it in one. You can put the different color or different dot, something like maybe this one is a dot, 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 dot. This one is a line, you know, or colored, or this is a different line. You don't have to do this long like this. You can combine. It's the same. Everything is the same actually. We just put it all together, all the data. Definitely, maybe the examiner is asking you to combine. All right. So, my point is now, let's see what result they has first. Now we cannot propose. But
Mm.
kalau tidak, dia kena buat eksperimen extra.
Yes.
Uh, because I see that actually experiment only one, then how you going to break into two? Right? So let's say now experiment. Okay, here. It's only one experiment or what? You selected a proposed approach. Number of genes. Number of genes selected.
Oh, dia buat hyperparameter. Oh, number of genes, the features lah. Should be number of the features selected.
This one is after you run this one. After you run this one, you dapat this one, is it?
The
Figure
most
4.2.
relevant features 18, 16, 13. Daripada 3 dataset from the
Okay,
3
nanti dulu.
dataset.
But do you do then, okay, here, accuracy, this is you compare with yourself. I mean, on data set only. Ovarian and then maximum min, what do you mean by min max here? What do you mean by this min max? What you want the min max? Is it supposed to be like this? What do you mean? Min max.
Oh, dia ambil graph tadi tu lah. The graph, the tulisan.
Yeah, I know, but
Dia pilih. But usually we don't
we
report the
don't go min
minimum, the
max. We just go
maximum.
accuracy.
Unless there is important thing
Why
that you
you want
want
to
to
go for min
highlight.
max?
Yeah.
Min. Why? I don't get it. What is the
It,
paper? Why the paper do for that one? It must be because usually we just go accuracy. We don't go for min max accuracy.
the highest one, the best
No, we just take the
accuracy.
best.
Maybe, Ragit, do you want to compare in terms of the number of features selected, like the minimum value you get that much? But still, what is the relevancy of doing that? Mm.
Understand, but you have to be able to explain. No, you just say you read paper like that.
Yeah,
No,
it's
what
fine.
is the reason?
There is a-
Not only telling you read this, you read that. Yeah, but what is the reason behind it? You have to explain that. Huh? Repeat.
Um, this one is actually referring to the iteration, right? The number of iteration from the lowest value. Mm, First iteration. So you are
What's the
saying,
point?
yeah, what's
What's
the
the point? I don't get it. What's the point? Hmm?
yang tadi tu yang ada satu-satu satu setiap data. Jadi
Yeah, but why you want to go for minimum? I don't get it. What's the point? What's the point of reporting minimum? Can you explain why you need to tell minimum?
Mm.
Yeah, I understand, but do you understand why? A lot of people, is it many people is showing minimum because we never see that. Accuracy is accuracy. We never see that minimum and maximum accuracy. Yeah, you do accuracy different, but you don't do minimum and maximum accuracy. Nak jumpa tak?
Tak pasti tu, tak pernah, tak
Yeah,
pernah.
we don't see. Yeah, it's hardly, to be frank. Because I'm doing the reviewing thesis, everything. I never see this.
Maybe you need to properly justify if you still want to maintain,
If
right?
you want, you have to justify. You have to justify, but not because we say it for the paper. Why?
Mm.
It's the reasons of going for the main mat. If not, you're going to question here.
Fine
And
from that.
somehow that okay, this is data between that one, but it doesn't give you any meaning because it's within data set here until we be able to compare outside. With other algorithm. Okay, this one is all the same execution time. Okay, another thing, execution time.
Ah.
Okay, why you want to calculate execution time? Is it part of the objective or not? That's why. But I'm asking you why. Okay, execution time, is it part of your problem? Mhm. Yeah, I can hear, but okay, all right. So are you saying that part of your objective actually to reduce, to check, to reduce execution time as well? Yeah, if you don't put objective, but yet you want to do evaluation. So
Mm.
okay kan, Zika?
Betul.
If you don't put your objective, but yet you put the experiment, in your evaluation, what's the point? Because if you say that, if you're saying that literature review, that become a problem statement, you have to address it as a problem statement. And then we address the problem statement, then become your objective. You have to mention about accuracy and execution time. Then you have to put experiment and you have to prove the execution time is better. But you have to be able to compare also, not within this one, you also compare execution time with another baseline. Another algorithm. You want to compare. But my point is here like this. I'm very concerned here. You want to compare the NB. Okay, NB somehow that this is the classification model, right? Not feature selection, correct, Azika?
Classification.
But you are comparing with the this one is PCOA, CFS. You're supposed to compare okay, which one is comparison with feature selection technique comparison? So baseline means what? Where is your feature selection technique comparison? Because you want to compare, you want to compare all the feature selection. But now you're comparing with the classification, right? BCOA is what actually? BCOA is it? Okay, now this one is all qualification model or feature selection model. What do you
Hmm?
mean? You're confusing me, you know.
Knife payer should be the classification model,
CFS,
feature selection.
feature selection.
So you are saying that you just run the model without any feature selection using knife bias, then you check the accuracy. And then the second one you run the feature selection using CFS, then you run the model using knife bias. Is it like that?
Yeah, I think it's probably.
The first one, right? Meaning to say, when you run using knife bias, there is no feature selection done. Then second one, you run using CFS feature selection, then you evaluate using knife bias. The same goes to BCOE is for the wrapper feature selection, right? Knife bias. Huh. Why there is no comparison CFS BCOE since you have already done the single CFS, single BCOE?
Mm.
Huh. Why there is no combination of CFS BCOE? Then you make another comparison. Why? Why you are not doing that? Yeah.
Actually, now you don't have the
Right.
comparison outside at all. Ini pun isu concern ni. Ini between themselves ni. Ni semua sendiri.
Sampai bawah lagi tak ada juga literature.
Outside. Outside. No. We are.
Comparison with previous work. Hmm.
So we compare with the previous work. This one you compare. Okay, this one. You comparator set. Okay, tiga ni. Which one is proposed work? This one. Okay, this proposed work. But you compare. How you compare?
Some more accuracy.
But this one is using. This is what? A policy comparison with what? This is what actually. How you compare this one is what? What is IGMGA? Can you answer me? Okay, what is IGMGA SBM? I mean, this one is it? Is it feature selection or not? Is it feature selection or what?
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, so yes, so here you can see that here actually this is the they're using the
Classification.
but atas actually is a feature
The
selection.
feature selection.
This is the mod this one lah, but
Hmm.
this one is I think this one. Saya tak tahu mana tak tahu nak.
Hmm. Betul. Tapi boleh ke kita?
But
Kalau Ali, doktor, Ali hari tu dia tulis macam tu doktor?
no, Ali pakai satu saja algorithm.
Only the BC.
Ali only used you have Ali one right? I give you Ali one right? Ragit. Ali's thesis, right? Ali Osman. Uh,
Ali Usman thesis. Yeah.
this
So
one. You this one, right? Mama Ali Osman. Behind, right? Okay. So you see when you compare, I don't know, continue from this page. Okay. You compare with when compare, but it's optimization. When compare, oh my, many, so many. The comparison here is one way only because you're only using one let's see, compared to external, right? Paper base, benchmark approaches. Okay, benchmark approaches, this one, algorithm, this is optimization. Hmm. Tapi dia memang semua feature je.
hmm.
But this one, I think they're using the decision tree as a base. When you do compare, done. So we need the PC. Oh, banyak sangat ni. Saya pun banyak. Adik ni pun paling pada ni. So approaches. And this is all the approaches of the
PSO base approach.
there. PPSO base. One same PSO. I think PSO is using with the PSO. I'm using all PSO. He compare with the same algorithm classification. Oh, ada nama belakang dia ada juga tu belakang tu lah, ada some with the same classification algorithm. All. Hmm. PSO lah, PSO based approaches.
Oh.
Apa tengok banyak sangat ilmu ni. Actually, are you using wrapper or using filter? Your proposed work.
Filter.
Filter or wrapper? Or hybrid?
Filter and yeah.
Filter and then your proposed work here, which one actually filter, which one actually where here? IB is it? You mentioned this one. Is a
Ragit, your propose your own work, not
your
other
own
people's
work.
work. Yeah, your own work. Maybe the CFS lah kan, the filter. Hmm.
Okay. So you are using for both, right? So this is the one that. And this one, okay, combination of this one never been done before, right? That's the thing. But the point is now that you are comparing. Okay, do you have anything MB? Do you have any other word that having something different and different here, but same MB? Any paper you want to can compare that they are using the same base MB, but this one is different. Okay, KNN, SVM. So your comparison is not at the apple to apple comparison. But you say your base are using MB. Your base paper, okay. It's a problem dia lah.
Hmm.
100%.
Mana boleh 100% lah.
The paper just now is 100% ah. This one obviously they'll question that why you're not using the same base, but unless
Tapi kalau dari konteks data set itu, tak boleh.
contact data set.
Maksudnya, the same paper are using the same data tapi with different model. So, he's using another model towards the same data.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
Tak, sebab semua paper pakai data set yang sama. Cuma model berbeza-beza lah.
Hmm. So
So, that kind of comparison accepted ke tak boleh juga maksudnya.
actually not apple and apple tak boleh. Sebab SBM lain. KNL lain. So it's something like this, X and Y, you have to go for satu X, maintain the one of the feature, one of the variables. For example, like you want to compare all the feature selection or whatever feature selection method. So the classification must be the same all the way. That to be fair, right? But if both actually not the same, so you're not comparing apple and apple. So this is not comparing apple and apple comparison. No? Because using all different. Definitely the result will be different. So you're not comparing based on the same platform. That's what I can see here lah. But when you mention 100%, then there's reason why you hide anyway. But correct, but the problem is your qualification is MB. This one SBM. Definitely result is the this one you run. No, wait. This one you run. This one you run. Okay, where do you get this data? Unless you know what, you're running again this one and using MB. Yeah. Then you can compare already. You're running, but I know it's not easy lah. Running here and then with the MB also. Memang susah lah.
Tu mana dia nak dapat kalau
Penat
dah
lah.
existing model.
But the problem is not he has that paper, but 100%. That's the problem. Right, for you to compare mak out lah. Can you show back the paper just now got 100%? Can you show back again? Very weird. Got 100%. Can you take over? Can you take over the sharing? No need. Don't mind that. No time. Saya nak buat. Saya pening. Saya nak buat. Yeah, result comparison. Can I see a result comparison? Make it big.
Yeah.
What's the result over there? Comparison, the point is this paper correlation feature selection based on the improved binary particle optimization for gene selection. Microarray data set, okay, fine, but PSODT This one ni macam SDN dia memang betul lah comparison dia memang bad lah.
Mm-mm.
It's quite weird lah. Okay, this one, what journal is this?
The
What journal
journal.
this paper? Can you see on top? Can you go top? Can you
Go
go
to the.
top? Go to the top. Go to the first page.
Mm.
Yep. Flux of computing you.
Mm.
This is good paper. I mean, this is a good journal anyway. Tapi pelik kan cara dia.
Betul.
Actually, it is not common, comparison like that. Macam tak apa lah, I think we have to conclude something lah. How to about
Mm.
macam mana okay, hold on How to go about so now okay, so what were my comment lagi what's another I buka ni. Um, so how to go how to go about sekarang ada suggestion except
Mm.
I don't know how to
Ano?
do it. The point is now that accuracy different model accuracy of
Yang
different model is the same thing
itulah
just now,
literature.
right?
Literature.
Yeah, but it's the same that one just now, right? It's
Mm.
the same that table just now, right here. Figure 4.8,
Mm.
correct or not? It's the same here, right?
Ada lagi. Lagi?
Okay. Table 4.2 and this one is the same thing, right? Figure 4.8. No, you only have report one only. You don't have to go for both. It's the same thing, then you don't go for both. You don't report twice. If you only the information already have in the table, you don't do with the figure. Only one. Yep. Because it's the same thing. It's the same like this one, right? It's the same thing, right? You only report once. You don't report twice. What do you mean? Eh, for what reason?
Macam.
Not for the sake of making it more. No. There's no information is the same. That you don't have to repeat the information. Number of selected gene in different models. Okay. What is the conclusion you can take from here? Number of selected gene from different model. Yeah. Really? How how do you know that your model is the second? What do you mean by that? Are you saying that the less number of gene, the better? Also, are you saying that the number of genes less better? Or is there any literature supporting your claim? I mean that the less number, the better? when you mention the less number of gene, the better, where do you refer to? Is there any literature say so? The less is the better? Where do you, as I'm saying, where do you refer to? Is there any paper that prove your claim? Okay, can you say, okay, where do you write in your dissertation about that? Yeah. Where do you mention your dissertation about the less number of features, the better? Okay. Do you mention, can you mention that one? Can you remember? Because I am afraid that it's going to be question on that one. So where do you mention the literature about the less number of the features, the better will be? Betul ke, betul ke, Zika?
Sure.
Yeah, you mentioned that, but you have to prove. What's your proof?
Better write the statement from the paper and put
Yeah, you
citation.
don't mention for your word. You say all. Which one? You have to give at least one of the example that say that actually the less number of features actually better.
Mm.
Is there any paper said so? So prove it. If not, then you say just from your word, then it cannot be depend on that. So that's why I'm asking here, right? See that also, where is the literature? Can you do you put it somewhere and what page number for us to have a look on that? No, you mentioned just now your result is better because of less number of the features, right? Okay, where is the literature actually saying that the less number of features, the better is your model?
No, not really. We go by the optimal number of features.
Optimal, not really less.
So it doesn't mean that the lesser
Doesn't
the
mean
number of
less.
features, the better. So that's why if you have any reference that say the lesser the features for the gene expression dataset, meaning the better model, then give citation.
No, no, in the literature. So this I'm saying that do you have that or not now? Do you mention anywhere in literature or not about that statement? That saying that the less number of features, the better is the model. No, no, no. I'm asking you now. Is there any said so? Because it's very weird. Usually we don't go for the least number. We go for the number that giving the best accuracy. The number of features that giving the best accuracy, not the least number of features. Correct, Azka?
The optimal, the
Optimal.
optimal.
The optimal.
Not wrong.
No, I mean, what's the meaning? What are you trying to prove from here? Number of selected gene for the model. What are you trying to prove? Anything you write in the table or everything actually trying to say something about to meet your objective. So feature selection, that actually like what before actually to have feature, you can have something like, okay, at first at first something like, okay, accuracy. And then from that accuracy, you see, okay, here's the feature selection. The feature, the number of features from that. I mean, the equivalence feature selection that for the accuracy that talking about, you comparing with that, but to say that the least number of the features is the better one is not. This doesn't have any base so far. But it show the average number of regional entities. So you say that for me like this, when you say that show the average number of genes, I don't get it. Why you have average number of genes? You notice that number second average data set that here, average data set. Why you are talking about average data set, average of gene? Is that supported works? Is you give for average of genes?
Mm.
Yeah,
But if possible, right? I mean, maybe juga boleh, tapi what do I say? Include the justification on why that paper have that average. I mean, of course, the paper will mention we are checking the average because of what? What
yeah,
kind of reason that
nationwide.
you find? Yeah, then you cite that paper. So it is more clearly mentioned. Then we it's difficult to argue lah. But over here, it's very what do we call it? Weak. Is it weak? Like we are not certain like why you are doing that, and you don't justify. Well, you just mention the average is what kind of number, but the reason behind why you want to check on the average is not justified properly. Mm. That one is common. Overall purpose, yes, understandable. We take average between all the data set. Mm. The time.
This is very weird. Average time. Okay. Where do you get this number? Average time or data set? Where do you get this number from? Average execution time. Are you running? I mean, where do you get the KNN and then
From the
PSO
paper.
from paper? But for all data set, what data set actually they're using? You have 3 data set, but this one using what data set? How many data set? Apple and Apple comparison, right? So this one, how many data set? KNN.
Same, they select the same data set that he used as well.
Huh?
The same three data set that he used for
Three
his
data set.
dissertation.
How you managed to get the average?
The above table, this one.
This one.
Mm.
But this one, education, okay, this one is the same like this one, right? This one is the same, right? Different model is the same, right? You can put average here lah. I mean here is the same, right? Here and this one. Or average. Okay, when talking about average, what significant of putting average? Huh? Here is a time. Average.
Average only for the sake of macam
So how do you calculate the average here? Is it something like from here? Is there any average you can calculate? How you calculate the average? This one, you somewhat here. You somewhat this one.
but that one only two data set is
But the problem
available.
is, you see or not, this one no data set. Then how you compare? That's why your data is going to be very weird now. You can see or not? It's very obviously weird because PSO, for example, like here, right? PSO got two data set, only one data set. So it's not apple and apple comparison. Then how you going to say average? It's very dangerous, you know. That's why your data looks very weird. See, very jump like this. So what's the point of putting the average? I couldn't get it. How you calculate the average when there is, for example, like this case, I mean NGA, there is no, right? Actually take out. This one there's no, right? Okay, but here, how you calculate 660 plus 650 divided by 3, yeah? That's also wrong. Divided by 2. See the right way? When you are, there is not, because this one that is not there, you cannot compare, you know?
Betul.
You cannot compare. What's the point? I didn't get it. What's the point of calculating average when your data is not all the same? Yeah, no, you tell me what is the point of going for average time if you cannot compare? You cannot compare this thing. You got loophole here and there. Pening lah. Macam mana Ya, isu dah ni nampak isu ni. Tak konklusif lah macam mana. Okay, now how to go about? Because I will see that.
Doktor,
Ya,
macam mana? Besok doktor gerak pukul apa?
lepas daripada semayang.
Ya. Kalau pagi tu kita discuss nak masuk tak payah lagi kan kita dua je. Maksudnya saya pun tak dapat nak conclude, macam tak tahu nak conclude macam mana. Maksudnya
Cakap lagi macam mana? Kan cakap apa dengan dia sekarang? Dah try something already. Dia cakap apa sekarang?
uh,
Boleh juga dia macam saya pergi esok nak cakap mas.
pagi.
Nak masak mungkin nak pergi dan ni yang banyak barang tak siap kan.
At least the plan sebab saya nampak if let's say kita boleh define objective tu properly, then
Yeah.
kita boleh nampak flow tu. Tapi sekarang sebab objektif tu tak clear, saya nampak agak
Okay, so
susah.
macam mana kita nak pergi? Kita cuba objektif dulu cakap macam mana.
Objektif dulu.
Okay, okay. Point is now, a lot of things we confused about your work. Alright, so maybe tomorrow I discuss with Azika first. You know that tomorrow morning, because actually I'm very tired because tomorrow I have to go to KL. You know, my family having a gathering, so I must cook something. Right? Maybe tomorrow morning I discuss with Azika first to see whether is there any way that based on whatever you have right now, is there any way that to make it smoother? Because I can see that the way you explain here, I can see that actually you're going to have problem. You're going to have problem. If we can understand that, you can expect that the minimum understand you. Okay, so maybe we can, from what we can see tonight, right? Maybe I can discuss with Azika, you know, to think about, you know, to put it the right objective first, you know, and then align with the whatever result. Because the way I see that it's all jumble here and there. It's all here to be. I don't know whether do you really comprehend with what you are doing. Azika, macam mana? What do you think?
Betul. I think tak tahu tu. Tak ada idea nak cakap apa.
Huh? No, yes, what do you feel so far?
For me, I do see some contribution inside. I do see substance there. But the thing is, the one main big issue that I saw is objective is not clear. So from there, it's very difficult to follow through. Even though when we come to the results or the methods, right, it's difficult for us to cross check between each other because we are not clear with the objective, so we don't know how to mapping it correctly. For me, I see that's the main issue that I face lah. if I think if the objective clear, at least I know how to properly make it into sequence and make sure that all of that portion answering the objective. Even for the results, right? Like it's very kind of reporting kind of things. Only reporting the outputs obtained from the model, not so much in terms of the analysis,
It's
the
not
deeper
analysis. That's
analysis.
not analysis.
Mm.
It's not analysis.
That's the thing now.
You don't have an analysis, you know.
Mm.
You're just saying that result come out and that's it. No analysis. I mean, how you tie back with the issue that actually you want to highlight.
Mm.
There's no.
But contribution can be clearly seen. That's the thing. It's very clear that there is a newly developed method for the feature, but how somehow we mm, mm, Kenapa?
Why? What you trying to say? Can you say something? Right? But what you trying to say here? I know, but what you trying to say? Can you say something on that? What you trying to say here?
No, no, Ragit. We don't have any issue with the improvement. I mean, we acknowledge there is a contribution from your dissertation. We did mention that there is improvement that you did in your BCOA. It's a contribution. Uh, yes. Um, Macam mana? Kita salah faham lah ni.
No, there's no question on the what you're doing.
Yes.
I mean, you already proposed work. That is okay. Your proposed work is contribution. But
Mm.
I understand that. But when you compare for number one, objective is not clear. That's number one. Okay, and yeah.
Yes, of course.
Mm.
Mm.
Because now I can see your objective is not clear, and then when we map with the research methodology, the framework also is not there, it's not the same. Okay, so that's one thing. And after that, the next move actually, when you do experiment, you know, the way you compare also, whether you compare with the classification or you compare with the feature selection. They were also not that clear. Correct, Azika?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. Can also.
Betul. Macam
Better.
tu.
Pull
Mm.
out. Yeah, at least they're not obvious.
Mm.
Maybe. Yeah, at least that one can save you for that one. Take out. You take out the algorithm. The classification algorithm. Yeah, and then another thing I want to highlight to you as well. Okay, okay, this one. When you go for this one, okay, sorry, you don't go this way, you know. You don't go wait, you don't go line by line like this one. One one paragraph, one person, one paragraph, one person, one paragraph, one person. No, you're not going this way. When you do commenting, right? You something like you see here, you go one by one. You go one by one. It is not the right way of doing literature. Literature should go by when you say Hazika one, let's say, so she mentioning about maybe something like macam mana sekarang yang punya algorithm level.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you can see that under one here, you can see the what actually she's trying to say here. So she will go by many algorithm, many paper for the same points that she's trying to highlight. For example, under sampling strategies, then they will mention all the literature that talking about under sampling strategies. Example. So, for example, here under sampling here, okay. For example, that this one proposed heuristic. It's all talking about the same thing. This is random under sampling. But you are talking one by one. This is not the right way. You don't go by. I understand, but I'm afraid that this is not right. When I see this one, macam mana Azika?
Mm-mm. Hygiene. Hygiene. Mm.
So do this. She wasn't doing this way, Haji.
Hmm? Hygiene?
Macam juga ke?
Eh, I don't think so. Sebab because hygiene have the flow diagram for the literature review.
Let me see.
Mm.
Haji. Orang-orang. Because you mentioned Haji. So are you following Haji style? Yeah, but we come to the literature, talking about literature, right? Okay. Literature, you're talking about here, approaches, this different. He's following Azika style. You see, like this one, right? Okay, approaches. Okay, go this way because follow that your style lah, senang data level. So, and then we go by data level.
Dia buat method terus lah.
Method algorithm level, because you ada contoh you kot.
Mm-mm.
Why? It gets different. Nampak? Ada sama
This one dia follow
realize lah.
hygiene. This one dia follow hygiene.
Okay, I think, I don't know. It's not the right way lah, tapi but kalau no, ya Allah.
Kalau tak chapter 2 biar dulu ada tu.
Okay, we
Rasa
let
better
go the
focus
chapter 2 first, never mind. We do add something others first.
Better focus chapter 1, 3, 4.
We focus on the chapter 1, 3, 4. Okay, so chapter 2, I think maybe if they say comment whatever, then later on. Okay, but we go with the chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 and 4. Chapter 2 we focus at the end only. But I think okay, I think the chapter 2 here is why I think you do discussion. I think should be okay. Discussion looks okay lah, I think.
Yes.
It's like there's a degree.
The direction tu.
Yeah, chapter
the last
3
section.
and then chapter 4.
Mm.
Most importantly, to see whether the objective is it objective is it 1 or 2 only. Only one or got 2. And from there we see lah how is it. So I think I need to discuss with Azika first to see whether is there any way that we can have 2 objective but clearly have something that what you looking for. I mean, what are you doing? Because there's no time extra whatever, experiment whatever, unless you can break the experiment easily and to have some other result. Something like that. Because I can see your experiment only one. Correct or not? You only have one experiment, right? One experiment. Correct. Okay, if you have one experiment, means that only one contribution, only one objective. So how come you say two objective? Cannot. You only have one experiment, means that only one objective. If you want to claim for two objectives, come on. I don't have to tell you everything, right? This your research. Yeah, but I expected, you know what I expected? I expected that you come up with the automation of your feature selection, you know. This is number two. I understand that actually you have feature selection objective number one. Then objective number two, you optimize the feature selection using the COE. That's what I thought. That's what I understand. So it means that objective number one, more of feature selection. You know, whatever you're trying to do a new feature selection, you know, and second one, you optimize the feature selection by using optimization technique. That's what I thought. That's what the second objective is all about. So Zika,
Mm.
if let's say, you know, the point is now that objective number one is not done. Kalau kita buat, if we say that it's only feature selection.
Mm.
So the point is now, actually now he's doing objective number two,
Mm. Yes.
right? So objective number one, can you just run without the COA? Do you have that or not? Do you have experiment?
Mm-mm. And yang tu dia ada CFS with MB.
Okay. Then you have to split the result. At first, you are going to put that one, you can take out the MB. Maybe you agree, right? Take out the MB, right? So it means that like this one. So we can say this way lah. Mana. Okay. See here, right? So it means that this is your first experiment report. Oh, sorry. CFS, no. CFS only. Okay. So before that, you call it this way, right? Before that, you call it CFMB, right? Before that, you call it, okay. Before that, you call it, this one, right? Not, sorry. This one. Okay. You have the result or not? So this one, you report this result. Okay. But now we agree that you going to take out MB. Maybe lah. CFS only. But CFS is very, very short name. CFS. CFS is something, but correlation based FS, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay. So you can say CFS. Okay. You had the result, right? Okay. And then another one. I mean, we take out MB lah better, right? Like this one. So it means that we are going to stay this way. Maybe okay lah. And okay. This is going in the first method. This one. Okay. And then this one. Right. So the first one, you just want to have something like, okay, so let me see. Yeah, I copy the whole thing. Here. All right. So it means that for this one method, is the one that actually we agree, right? Okay. Okay. This one is Alright. So it means that between proposed filter based on okay in a way that it's not to okay to here to right. You don't forget to you don't need to put accuracy on it, right?
Mm-mm.
You don't need to put accuracy to improve. You know the performance. Performance or the
The
accuracy anyway.
performance of CFS lah. Mm.
Performance or the accuracy anyway.
Mm.
But just now you mentioned accuracy only.
Yeah, better go with performance lah.
Performance, yeah.
Because performance you will include everything that you are trying to evaluate. Yeah, if you put accuracy specifically, only accuracy you try to evaluate.
Okay. Right. So in a way, to propose evaluate filter wrapper based feature selection. Mana main. Let's see you first on hybridization. Okay, no hybridization by this one is hybridized, right?
Mm-mm.
Right.
Betul.
Yeah, this one hybridized. I don't know. Let me try to. I don't know whether it's a good name or not. To propose evaluate a filter wrapper based feature selection approach based on correlation.
Tapi yang the first objective, I think rapper cannot be there because it is only the filter based correlation. Filter based feature selection. Approach.
But you want to include the wrapper here?
Rapper to improve the performance of CFS.
And here to include wrapper here, you know, right?
Kat over here kita include rapper lah.
Right. So the proper evaluate the filter based feature selection approach based on correlation. Based on correlation what? Got the name.
Correlation based feature selection. Yang tu lah CFS.
Ada lah.
Perlu ke include using naive Bayes?
No, naive Bayes is just a machine learning.
So memang tak perlu mention langsung lah.
Tak payah.
Okay.
So propose and evaluate the filter based feature selection approach.
Macam
Macam tak bersedap tapi ya lah. Using. Okay. Alright. And then to improve the performance of this one. Okay. Okay.
BCOA boleh buang kan? Honestly.
This is already wrapper, right? To improve performance. Kat mana ada buat wrapper?
Rapper the BCOA tu.
To improve.
IBCOA.
Faham. Kat mana buat wrapper kat sini? To improve the performance of the CFS. Oh, you want that? Jessica, kat mana buat wrapper? Ya.
Yelah kena tambah IBCOA lah. Kena include IBCOA. Sebab yang tu tertinggal I tu.
I.
Hmm.
I is what?
Mm-mm.
I is what iPhone stand for?
Improve BCOA.
What do you improve actually?
Uh-uh. The enhancement that he did by adding the t-test portion.
T-test?
Dia namakan sebagai IBCOA.
Okay, but I to stand for? Okay, actually be improved. I thought the improvement come from binary cukup, right?
No, the improvement coming from the wait. Hmm.
T-test?
Hmm.
Okay, whatever, alright.
They modify the BCOA tu lah.
Aman. So, report tak payah masuk ah? Tak payah masuk report. No need. But this is filter based. What is again? No, because I don't understand. No, you have to understand that actually you must be correct from the beginning. We cannot in between, jump straight. Cannot. So it must be like understand from beginning, and then what it's all about. So if let's say here different, here is loophole here and there, we cannot understand. So that's the thing here lah. Okay, now point is not Azika. This is paper base. So sekarang kita nak masuk paper base, right?
Mm-mm.
Okay, how to, and then this one paper base, right?
To
So
prove
to improve performance at this point by using paper base. Okay. By using paper base.
by using paper-based hybridization.
Like that. Okay. Something like to improve performance of the approach by using, tak payah by, what using kan? Cukup kot.
Yes.
Is it okay or not to propose and evaluate the filter-based feature selection approach using correlation-based feature selection? Okay. And then number 2, to improve the performance of the CFS approach. Okay. Using wrapper-based hybridization, wrapper-based hybridization of. Okay. Is it right word?
Mm-mm. Macam tak menarik ya.
Menarik. No, it's not good. This hybridization, this is your improve lah. You include.
The filter and the wrapper combination, right? Huh? Which improve? Yeah, Ragit, you have to understand this. Originally, what we understand is your first objective should be the hybrid of CFS with BCOA. But you don't have the results. How can you claim that as your objective? If you have the result for that CFS BCOA, then you can put as your first objective. The second one will be the improve where you include the t-test. Then you can claim the CFS IBCOA as your second objective. Huh. Yes, if you have that, then you can claim. It will easy up our work. Do you have any result that actually do the hybrid of CFS BCOA? The results of that model. Do you have any? That's the thing. Yes, the improvement of CFS IBCOA you can claim as your contribution. No issue on that. The thing is we are not sure about the first objective. Okay.
To incorporate wrapper-based feature selection to improve performance of the using binary. Is it better or not? instead of number 2 here, I put it to incorporate vector-based features to improve performance of CFS here using binary cukup optimization algorithm. Better? Alright, better not?
Yeah, looks better for me.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, alright. So this one, no. This one, no. It means that let me copy this one and copy down below. Right. Like that. So this is going to be the new one. Is it okay now? But okay, Zika, you have to tell what is needed. Just now I said he has something whatever, but you must have result, right? Okay. So to propose, evaluate the filter based feature selection correlation based. So CFR. So you must have result here. You must have result.
This one should be no issue, right?
Okay. Result and comparison. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to be clearly mentioned. You have to come with the one by one. Okay, here result and comparison. Here also result comparison. Okay, when you discuss about result, the result this one first. After that, you do some comparison. The best actually you have to compare with the literature. Okay, and then you can have result comparison. Okay, you have result compare with objective number 1. Okay, objective number 1 and literature. Got it? Two objective lah.
Just now you the teacher. Oh, betul juga tu sebab tadi tu the one just now.
So never mind. You cannot then leave it that way lah. You cannot have. So okay lah. Never mind. And you go this one. Okay. And then you compare with the objective number 1. When you propose a new one, you compare with the one also literature. Okay. Like that lah. Okay. So that's how we go. Kita buang Alright. That's the one. Okay nak? So, buang semua. Okay, that's the one here. Kita perlu bincang lagi esok? Tak payahlah.
Nampak okey dah.
Okay dah, tapi apa dah dia punya direction kita? Okay, this one, can I copy? I'm copying this to the, where is it? Where is all my, it's already 1 o'clock. I'm going to affected my sleep. Yeah, I cannot sleep late. I have problem tomorrow. Okay, like this. All right, so this is going to be okay. Now let's discuss about just now. So it seems that are we okay? Where's my just now? Where's my too many things. Hold on. Keep opening here and there. Don't know where is the one that I'm talking about just now. Here. Okay, so the point is now, do we know how to move on or not? Okay, now we are going to focus. Okay, this one I take out, right? Okay, take out, right? Okay. So what is going to be focus? Okay, focus object chapter 1. Chapter 1. Okay, chapter 1 focus until to this point. Okay. And chapter 2, never mind. I think chapter 2 leave it first. Chapter 3. Okay, and then chapter 4, right? Chapter 4. Okay, chapter 4, it means that you have to go like, okay, the method, okay, method, follow the flow, method, okay. So you have to go with the CFS, okay, and then result, okay, like this, okay. Okay, and then method of, okay, sorry, chapter 4, method is CFS. Okay, then hold on, let me write through first. And then method, this one. This is only chapter 4. like that. Alamak, what am I doing? So I'm supposed to. Okay, that's what going to be focus point. Agree, huh?
Hmm.
Correct.
All right.
Okay, focus. Okay, so it means something like we're going to focus chapter 1, flow. Chapter 1, flow, right? Chapter 1, flow, and objective. Okay, flow, I mean, object. Okay, problem statement, and then objective. All right. Okay. Okay, and then focus on flow, focus also, focus on flow. Okay, flow that from domain, problem, field, method. Okay, three approaches. Right. All right. Okay. And then chapter 3, okay, research framework. Okay, research framework. Okay, make sure, I mean, to map with the objective of the study clearly, yeah. Yes, yes, of course. Actually, if you can see Azika star, she mentioned that. Okay, if you see Azika one, you can see, you see here. Let me see, mana dia? Checking right. Here. Okay, see hand she have tak ada Azika. You can put Oh, tak you
Oh,
put.
dekat this one ada slide presentation. Dekat sini kita tak letak map
Oh, okay,
objective
it's
satu
represented.
dua.
Oh, actually orang bobo lah.
Oh, ya.
Dia tak bobo. Hati komen kemudian dia tak bobo.
Okay lah.
Better bobo here actually. Objective here. Okay, so chapter 4, okay, I think, are you okay with that? So I copy this.
Just adding another section for that one for
Yeah
your
lah.
objective number
You
one.
follow this way. You follow method. You have to talk about method because you want to fulfill objective number 1. You have to, but you don't report it correctly. You
Yeah, you
don't
have to speak
follow.
properly.
You have to follow the method one by one. You cannot jumble, You have to follow objective number 1 and then you go to SFS. Report CFS, run, okay, explaining how CFS works first. And then giving the flow, everything how CFS work. You have to go all the chart, wherever CFS. You don't talk about this one yet. Talking about CFS first, giving a result, and then you cannot compare. If you can compare, you compare. If not, then no choice. They leave it that way. And then you go for second one. Then you explain how it works. I mean, the flow chart and how it works and what's the result, and then the comparison. So you have to conclude that number 1 is solved, number 2 is solved. You cannot jumble, just throw straight to number 2. You're assuming number 1 is answer. No, cannot. You have to show it. Got it? Means time chapter 4, you method CFS, you have to tell how CFS work. Okay, maybe, you have to mention about the flow chart, right? And then when you're talking about this one, you're going to you're going to take it the flow chart CFS, and then we're going to include the IBCOA and how it looks like. So your flow chart grow from this one to add another one here. Can you understand? You have flow chart chapter 4, right? Chapter 3, sorry, chapter 3. Oh yeah, your method is chapter 3. Because usually our method, our method, okay, usually usually we do experiment chapter 4, but it seems that your experiment chapter 3, right? If you experiment chapter 3, right? Your experiment chapter 3 is chapter 4. Chapter 4 is on analysis, right? Experiment chapter 4.
Method chapter 3 tu yang dia discuss. Chapter 4 lah, sini dia buat
4
result
tu
dah.
bukan analysis je.
Uh-uh.
We don't have lah. Oh, ni siapa ni? Ni Ali ni. Your, where's your ni hygiene pula? No, I mean where is it? Mana dah ada mana pening baik sangat ni buka. Yeah. You see, your chapter 4 is simulation result. You see, your result only. Your result. But your experiment is not here. This your result only. Experiment is under chapter 3. That's why usually sometimes we experiment we do in chapter 4, but here your experiment in chapter 3, but and then your result on chapter 4. No, he did not say that, right? I don't see that. She not specifying about chapter 4. No, you don't say that she requests that. She requests for you to have contribution. That's it. But how you put it is okay. You can put in chapter 3, but clearly that. But here it means that okay, you put it the proper everything here in chapter 3. So so the flowchart proposed model, you have to mention proposed model CFS and proposed model for that one. So
Yes.
proposed model, something is CFS, something like without the this one yet. After that, you're going to go for proposed model for the second objective one. So you have to have another model. So then clearly mention which one actually you are doing enhancement of the, let's say CFS model. Second model, what do you do with that one? Added this one. See, so you can see that actually it grow from objective number 1 to objective number 2, but added another function, IBCOA, something like that. Up to you. You can deny. You mean, you know, you don't have me. Is it?
Hmm? Macam mana?
It's your proposed model. This is objective number 2 proposed model. Where is objective number 1 proposed model?
Yes.
You can, but you have to make it clear. The point is now your objective already changed. It's up to you. But objective now is already changed. You want to clearly mention what CFS. You don't clearly. 3.4. 3.4. Figure. Is it this one? It's 3.4. But when there's no flow chart. Up to you. I don't know. It's up to you. Again, I'm saying that here because okay. So what it is, Rika, you do what you can do lah. Let's see how it works. Okay? What your opinion, Rika?
200 ton.
So, okay, fine. You can prioritize whatever you can do.
Better kita go with chapter 1, 2 clearly.
Okay, this
Chapter
way,
1, 3
we
clearly.
cannot dictate you anything. You should know better because this is your work. I'm not saying, I don't want to say that you said that I asked you this, I asked you that. No, I didn't ask you. We suggest something. But again, right, you should evaluate and see whether which one, because this is your work, not our work. All right. So somehow that we are giving this kind of propose this way, but sometimes, maybe it doesn't fit you the best. So you're trying to prioritize. So okay, just now I didn't copy this one. I didn't copy yet, right? This one. I didn't copy to the one yet. Correct. This one. Okay. What is your question actually? I don't know. I don't get your question. I don't understand.
Hmm. But yes.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, but you have to, when you want to do average, whatever, you have to see what's the reason of doing so.
Yeah.
Is the average is effective? Okay, you put it in your evaluation performance. Up to you. Yeah, anything that you please cite whatever the thing you want to prove. Okay, you cannot just say that this teacher said so and said this. You have to put a citation. So the citation said so, then it's going to be the strong. For example, like, okay, average is, for example, let's say average is play important role. Okay, cite which one actually mentioning this. Yes, because if that's so, then it's important, then you cite that paper. That's why I say I'm doing average, because this is important. And this is the mention about this paper, the importance of the average. Then you put that. Because as of now, both of us cannot see the reason why you need average, but you say important, okay, cite the paper that say important. You can put also under I mean, when you want to do some kind of the result, you can say that according to this one, okay, you can say that one as well. You can put the even under chapter evaluation also, you can put that. If the examiner fee is not appropriate, you can say, okay, can you move this to the teacher view? That's fine. But you do justification for that. So, but usually people can also put in your evaluation to prove actually why we do so. That's also okay. Okay. And then because definitely you're asking for what reason. So you then prepare for the reason why actually average is important. Okay, average important, and then okay. If you want to put the time as a one of the thing you want to measure, then you have to put also the time under your problem statement. Then it justify. Then it just jive. Okay, that's the time. Okay, so you highlight that. That's fine. Okay, okay. I think that's for now. So tak jumpa esok lagi Zatan kan?
Betul.
Done it right. So I think it's on this way lah.
Hmm.
Okay. So we can end this session now, is it? Okay.
Hmm.
Uh,
Hmm. We can hear you.
yeah, we can.
Huh? Yeah, later they told me we share the video. It's okay. Tomorrow I will contact you again. Mm. Yeah. If you can come to school, it's better, I think. Then I can show you like writing on a paper, maybe more efficient.
Betul.
I'm not sure. If you can spend time.
Yeah, better come to school better face to face.
Hmm.
Okay, okay. I have no idea. I cannot say so. I don't know. That one I that's not me to say so or what. But you got works to do lah. You got a lot of works to do lah, right? To make it click smoother. Mm-mm. So by putting this thing actually means that if you don't put this way, then it means that actually okay. But now we put it means that you got a lot of works to rearrange, at least to rearrange certain points, right? But because the point is we can see your result also is not jive with the objective. You cannot clearly understand what the result is all about. Can maybe as you kind of mentioning that actually the objective is not clear in the first place. So if we have clear objective, like maybe now we agree with this kind of objective, then we work toward this objective. And then the way you write also follow this objective. The way justify also follow this objective. That should be okay. Okay.
Itu tak perut tu saya sebelum nanti sambung dia tu.
Yeah, later lah, later.
Yeah. It's okay, Ragi. You keep your question. Come tomorrow, we can talk further. I think at least I get better idea now. Hopefully, we can work out on that. Is it okay that way? Yes. Please come and let me know once you arrive. Then, but don't come too early. Maybe around 11 like that. Mm. Uh, fourth floor, level four of the school. All right, sure.
Inshallah. Right, I'll see you then. Okay. Right.
Okay.
Never mind. Not the big things over there anyway. Hey, Zika, by the way, Kusai is he said that he want to give me the baklava, you know?
Oh, really?
Hmm.
I see.
Okay, okay, insyaAllah. Okay, see you then. Okay, Assalamualaikum.
It's
Okay,
okay.
see Salam. Sharing.